What is going on, guys? Rob here with RK Motorsports, and today we have a wrecked 2004 Yamaha R1 that I'm going to be stripping down and fixing back up. Alright guys, so here it is, the 2004 Yamaha R1. This is the next bike right here that we are going to be rebuilding. Now, I'm going to do a quick walk around and kind of give you the story of how I got this bike. Now, the guy that I picked it up from, I had a friend reach out to me, said he had a buddy that had wrecked his bike, which is this one. He said, you know, he's looking to sell it, doesn't really have the money to fix it. Unfortunately, he did not have it insured, so he's looking to sell the bike outright. So that's where I came in. Ended up picking this bike up for $1,070. Now, the story that he gave me when I picked up the bike, he said that he was riding on the highway. He ended up, you know, clutching up, trying to do a wheelie, and unfortunately, he ended up looping the bike. It came back, and judging by the damage, it looks like he might have came back and then tilted it on the left side of the bike, and that's where we have all of this damage right here and on the back of the tail. So what I'm going to do is get this bike on the lift. We're going to raise it up, and then we're going to take a closer look at the extent of all of the damage on this bike. All right, so now that we got this thing lifted up in the air, we can take a better look at the damage to this bike. So first and foremost, these fairings have tons of damage. You can see right here where it was scratched and laid down on the side. So we are automatically gonna have to get a brand new set of fairings for this bike. Looks like we have some damage to our air ducts, so I'm gonna have to get some new air ducts for that. We've got a clip-on right here, our handlebar clip-on that is broken off. So that is damaged. We're gonna have to get, looks like these are aftermarket also. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and get a set of stock clip-ons. We're gonna put this back to stock because it looked like these are a little bit of a bar riser. So we're gonna get some stock clip-ons. Looks like our high beam control switch it looks usable, but it's definitely all scratched up. I want this thing looking brand new, so I'm gonna have to get a new control switch. Levers, you know, we can get rid of the stock ones. We'll get some brand new levers for this thing. We've got turn signals. We got the big bulky OEM stock turn signals. We can get rid of those. We'll get some aftermarket flush mount LED turn signals for there. Basically the whole front end of the bike right here. We've got the whole windscreen is completely trashed, and let's see what is savable from the front end here. All right, so we can see right here where the front stay broke off from the frame. This is just an aluminum bracket. These always tend to break off. Looks like our gauge cluster is still in pretty decent shape. It looks like part of the needle broke off, but I think I might be able to take some super glue and get that all put back together. So that'll be a fairly easy fix. We should be able to salvage that, no problem. So I'm gonna have to get a bracket. I'm also gonna have to get, looks like the headlights. This one actually doesn't look too bad, but we got a bunch of scratches there. I'm just gonna go ahead and order some new front headlights also. I'm not sure how the extent of the damage is, if there's any wiring issues, if any wires got broken or not. Once I start taking these pieces off the bike, we'll be able to get a better idea of that. So there's the one headlight. Looks like all the tabs are still intact. Here's the other headlight. Yeah, this one's all scratched up, you can tell right in there. So yeah, definitely new headlight that we're gonna need. You can see that front fender has some scratches on it. Now I did see, I think the front fork over here. Yeah, we got a leaky fork seal over here. So once I start taking all these fairings off, I can get a better look at how the forks are, see if there's any damage on those. Again, lever on this side, we're gonna replace. Looks like we just got a little bracket for the brake fluid reservoir. We can, I'll have to get a new one of those. That's just gonna mount right there, keep that in place. So again, on this side, we've got some scratched up fairings. We have a turn signal that we're gonna need to get. Looks like there's not too much crazy damage on the front wheel. Again, once we start stripping stuff off, we'll get a better look at that. Thankfully, this person had frame sliders on their bike, so this took a brunt of the damage. Again, frame slider, it's meant to protect your frame of your bike. That way, you know, if an instance like this occurs where the bike does go down, it's gonna protect the bike from, you know, grinding up on all of these covers and the frame and all that stuff. So it looks like this thing did its job. We've got a little bit of scrapes and scratches here. Looks like that side cover's a little scratched up. This little piece here, really nothing too major, just a few surface scratches. Looks like this thing might be overfilled with oil. I've got the bike standing straight up and it looks like it's got way too much oil in it. Oil line should go up to there and it looks like it's overfilled. Not a huge deal, we'll address that when we change the oil, but other than that, this side really doesn't look crazy bad. Got some scratches on the tank right here, which is not as bad as the other side of the bike, but we do have some scratches on the tank there. Moving back a little bit, looks like the rear sets right here are still in pretty decent shape. Everything looks nice and straight, no broken, no bent pieces, so this is going to be salvageable. We've got the rear brake master still functioning properly. This is looking good. Really no damage back here at all, so that's really good. Looks like we got a little bit of scrapes and scratches on here, a couple little scratches on the rear wheel. We've got a crack up in here. Looks like the seat looks pretty damn good. Yeah, seat looks pretty nice, so we can use that. We can reuse that for sure. We got some damage to the exhaust right here, so that's gonna have to be addressed. Rear rim looks pretty straight. Again, I'm gonna have to take that off and get it, you know, on the balancing stand just to double check that for sure. Little damage here on the passenger peg, but still functions up and down. I'll address that once I get around to it. And okay, all right. Yeah, we got some pretty extensive damage right here to the rear swing arm. Looks like when the bike went down, looks like it was kind of grinding on this edge for a little while, and that got ground down pretty good. And it looks like we had our little rear spool similar to what we have on this side right here. Looks like that got snapped off on the inside here and that got ground down. So thankfully, I do have a rear swing arm from a 2004 Yamaha R1 that I parted out a few years ago. So I do have one of these on hand, so I can swap that over and get that on there. So no need to worry about that. I have that on hand, so I can swap that. Looks like we have a little bit more damage here to the shifter. Shifter is non-existent right now, so I'm gonna have to get a new one of those. The rest of the rear set looks pretty decent. So I think I'm just gonna have to get that little shifter assembly. Our kickstand, this thing is snapped off and shortened a little bit. So this thing looks like the spring fell off for it also. So this is not really functional right now. So I'm gonna have to get a new kickstand. Looks like up here, looks like we got a little bit of damage to this side case cover. A little bit of damage, looks like a little bit of damage to the bottom part right here on the motor case. Really, it's just ground down a little bit. It's nothing too crazy. I think we'll be able to leave that as is, and we should be able to have the bike fire up and function properly. And it looks like this little plug right here might have a little damage too, but you know, all of this should be replaceable, and this little side cover should be able to replace that also. Looks like we got that frame slider on this side too, got ground down a little bit, but you know, it did its job for the most part. The frame looks pretty decent. Looks like we got, you know, just a couple little scratches and stuff here and there. Nothing crazy. Doesn't look like we have any holes, any dents in the frame or anything, any structural damage, so that's good. Subframe, one thing that I like to do for the subframe, I just like to go to the back of the bike, stand. You can see it's kind of nice and straight. It's not cockeyed to the side or anything, so that looks pretty straight. So subframe should be good for us. Yeah, so I think that's gonna be pretty much it for the extent of the damage. Now what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna start going through this bike, taking all the pieces off, all of the broken parts, and we're gonna start stripping this thing down and getting it down to its base so we can get a better idea of the extent of the damage, and then we can start getting a parts list together so we can get everything we need to repair and fix this bike. All right, so I feel like this always happens to me whenever I take apart the tail of any motorcycle. There's always something that was like stored underneath the back seat that always kind of falls down into the crevices that is forgotten about, and it never comes out until I take the tail off the bike. So one of the things that I found was a lighter. Now, I don't smoke, but I do need to light torches every now and then, so that will come in handy. And another thing that fell out is this little guy. I have no clue what this might be. Let me know in the comments what you guys think this might be. It kind of fell, I think it was tucked down underneath here, and it fell down over onto this side. Yeah, let me know what you guys think this might be. Honestly, this might be bad to say, but I think this might be a straw used for snorting drugs. So I think that might possibly be what it is. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about that. All right, so I thought we were done with all of the surprises underneath the seat and the tail. And I was looking up underneath here and I'm like, what the heck is this little guy up here? And I pulled it up. It says extra strength sour tangy sativa. But I think this is a little bit of marijuana contraband right here. So judging by the lighter that we found, that little straw over there, and this little guy right here, I think this guy definitely knew how to party. So that is, I think, hopefully all of the little goodies that we found underneath the bike. So with that, let's continue with disassembling this bike a little bit more. That is some crazy stuff. You never know what you're gonna find. All right, guys, so I got pretty much everything stripped off the bike that we need to take off so far. Got all the fairings off, gas tank off. Now, one thing that I do want to mention is that when I did go to pick up this bike, I did try to see if this thing would start, but we did notice that when we tried to start it, gas was pouring out of the fuel pump, because right here, the little nozzle for the fuel pump broke off from the fuel pump sending unit. And you can see the other end of that fuel pump hose piece is right in there. So when we turned the key, the fuel pump primed and it was shooting gas out. So we were not able to fire the bike up. So as of right now, I have not heard this bike fire and run since I've owned it. So that's one thing that we're not sure of yet, is if this bike actually even runs. But I have a feeling that it's going to, no problem. Another thing that I did notice is that there was this box underneath the rear tail. It was zip tied underneath this rear piece here. And that box kind of goes in with the wiring harness down through, and it plugs into here. And it looks like the other end plugs into this part of the wiring harness. Now, I'm not sure if this is some kind of, primitive power commander or, electronic fuel module. So let me know in the comments what you guys think this might be. It looks like it disconnects right here. So you can see it disconnects from this little box here. So I might take this box apart and see if there's any information inside of it that I can read. Other than that, I got a better look at the front. Forks look good. The frame looks good. There's really no damage, which kind of I was expecting, since the bike did, kind of do a wheelie, loop, and land mostly on the tank and the plastics. We do have a little bit of scratching here, but really no structural damage at all to be concerned with. And then another little thing that I noticed is the fan in here. Kind of a little bit difficult to spin. So it might be a matter of just straightening the bracket that mounts to the radiator, and that should hopefully fix that issue for us. So that is going to wrap up today's episode with the 2004 R1. I'm going to get a list of parts together that I need to order, and I will see you guys in the next episode so we can start slapping those parts on this bike. Peace out.